Emily Noble, a 52-year-old woman from Westerville, Ohio, was known for her compassion and quiet strength. She worked in hospital administration and had recently endured immense personal tragedy. In 2018, Emily and her husband, Matteau Moore, suffered the unimaginable loss of her adult son who died from suicide. By 2020, they were trying to heal and had planned a quiet evening to celebrate Emily's birthday on May 24th. Matteau later told police they had gone out for dinner that night and returned home to their condo. He said they had a glass of wine and that he went to bed while Emily stayed up. When he woke up the next morning, she was gone. He said he assumed she had gone for a walk, as she often did, but when hours passed with no word from her, he called police and reported her missing. The community mobilized quickly. Volunteers searched wooded areas near their home, handed out flyers, and checked hospitals and shelters. Emily's phone, purse, and car were all left behind, but there was no evidence of forced entry. Police questioned Matteau and searched their condo but found nothing suspicious. Without clear signs of foul play or leads, the case quickly went cold. Then nearly 4 months later, on September 16, 2020, Emily's skeletal remains were found in a wooded area less than a mile from her home. Her body was badly decomposed and partially concealed by tree limbs. Next to her remains was a USB cord, which was later determined to have been used to strangle her. The area had been searched early in the investigation, which raised questions about whether her body had been moved or overlooked. The coroner ruled her death a homicide. Investigators began to scrutinize Matteau's timeline and behavior more closely. They re-examined the original 911 call and surveillance footage from nearby businesses. Matteau had told police they came straight home after dinner, but video evidence showed them out later than he admitted, and his story about when they returned did not match timestamps. Authorities also discovered text messages and journal entries from Emily that painted a more complicated picture of the relationship. She had confided in friends that she felt controlled and had been considering separating from Matteau. Despite their shared grief over the death of her son, Emily had reportedly begun to distance herself emotionally. In May 2021, almost exactly a year after Emily disappeared, Matteau Moore was arrested and charged with her murder. Prosecutors alleged that he killed her on the night of her birthday, then staged her disappearance to look like a voluntary walkaway. They claimed he moved her body to the woods later to avoid detection. The case went to trial in 2022. The prosecution presented evidence including conflicting accounts from Matteau, phone data inconsistencies, and the USB cord that matched similar items in their home. The defense argued that the evidence was entirely circumstantial, and that there was no direct link tying him to the murder. They also pointed out that the medical examiner could not determine an exact date of death or prove definitively when the body was placed in the woods. The jury ultimately found Matteau Moore not guilty. He was acquitted of all charges. The verdict shocked many in the community, particularly Emily's friends who had advocated tirelessly for justice. While Moore walked free, Emily's family remained convinced of his guilt and expressed frustration with what they saw as a lack of concrete forensic investigation early in the case. Today, Emily Noble's death remains a painful and unresolved mystery. Despite the trial and national attention, no one else has ever been charged. The circumstances surrounding her disappearance and the inconsistencies in her husband's story continue to generate suspicion, but the legal system found insufficient proof to convict.